please. So we've had to set up slightly different angle with the camera. It wasn't working, so forgive me, my friends. Thank you for your patience. Let's come into our Sukhasana. So coming into your steady seat, legs crossed. Perhaps you support yourself with a block or a cushion. And let's bring our hands into our Chakra Mudra. And for our Chakra Mudra today, let's bring the right little finger to the left index. So the palms are facing each other, and the tip of the right little finger connects with the tip of the index of the left hand. Then bring the left index to the right index, sorry, to the left thumb, and then the right thumb onto the inside of your left wrist. So you create what looks like a spiral with your fingers. This is the Chakra Mudra. And then bring this in front of the heart, Anahata Chakra. Today we're practicing with the moonlight, an invitation for the lunar energy to move through each of our chakras. We've moved into a full moon in Cancer. And so we're going to invite the lunar energy to come home to each chakra. We'll be chanting the Bija mantra, the seed mantra, or the seed sound that encapsulates all of the qualities, the attributes of each chakra. Closing your eyes. We'll open by chanting the Gayatri mantra, call and response twice, and then together once. Om Bhuvaha Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Now we'll move into call and response, one sentence at a time. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Call and response one more time, and then together. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. All together now. Om Bhurбhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Om Om. Open your arms out wide, reach overhead, bring your hands together in Padma Mudra, the lotus flower above the crown, and we'll chant Shreem Shreem seed mantra, the Shreem syllable, is an invitation to the lunar energies to connect through the self. Shreem is drawn from Lakshmi, the deity of abundance, of prosperity, of love, of joy. Inhale, reach up, Padma, above the crown. Exhale, Anjali Mudra to the heart, the seed, the mudra of potentiality, slight gap in between the palms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Shreem. One more time as I got distracted halfway. Padma, and then Anjali to the heart. Shreem. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the right. Gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. So just starting up with this gentle activation of the spinal column, along which we will visualize and place our seed sounds for each chakra through center to the left, through center to the right, and one more time through center to the left. And then back to center. Let's place our hands on our knees and we'll do circumductions with the spine here. So starting the movement of the base of your spine, spiral up the spine as if you are creating these swirling vortexes of energy. So the chakras are the points in the body along the channels through which energy flows. Energy is life force energy, vitality, energy of the mind, energy of the heart, energy of the spirit that circulates throughout the body. Now let's circumduct to the other direction. And it's said that we have something like 72,000 nadis or channels of flowing energy or prana. And we're going to focus in particular on one. There are three main channels that run through the center of the body. Shushmana is the one that runs through center. And then there's one called Ida, which starts on the left and weaves its way through the chakras to meet at the crown. And then Pingla on the other side, which also sort of weaves in this shape to the Agnya chakra. We're not going to work with the Pingla Nadi consciously today. We're going to bring our conscious awareness to the Ida Nadi. The Ida Nadi is the channel along which the lunar energy flows. Cool, nurturing, nourishing, compassionate, loving, receptive, introspective energy. And to give that sort of, Ida literally means comfort. So we're going to bring that comfort, that soothing nourishment of nectar of the moon to each of the chakras. Let's come to stillness, my friends. So I'll talk you through each chakra. We're going to work from the ground, from the root up towards the crown. So rooting to then rise up. So we're going to come directly into our first asana for the Muladhara chakra. The Muladhara chakra is the root chakra. So let's reach our hands forward, bring the eyebrow center down towards the earth. Now your eyebrow center may connect with the earth, or you may wish to place a cushion and rest your eyebrow center on your cushion. In Balasana child's pose, legs can be together, or there can be a gap between the thighs so that you have some space for your belly. Intending the crown towards the earth here, the eyebrow center towards the earth. Rooting here. The energy of the Muladhara, the attributes or the quality or the essence of the root chakra is survival and connection. The element is earth, Prithvi here. So let's think about this solid base. It is from this element that we are guided towards our survival needs. This is a place of shelter, of home, of family. It is where we feel a sense of belonging, a sense of acceptance, a sense of safety. Inhale, rise up from the root chakra here. Come onto your sit bones. Extend the left leg long. Keep the right leg folded in Janu Sirsasana. So again, really tuck this right heel in towards the perineum. Turn over towards the left leg and inhaling, we're going to reach over from the hips. So extend through the hips, rise up slightly, and then towards the foot. Maintain the connection between the sit bones and the earth here. Janu Sirsasana, working on the Muladhara chakra. And as you focus your energy here, I want you to think about this flowing of energy through the left channel of your body, through the left side of your body, from the root here. And this moonlight, or a beam of the moon. So visualize this shaft of light from the moon itself, connecting to the root, the Muladhara, and then weaving its way through each chakra. And at the moment, we're focusing the ray of the moon here at the Muladhara, at the perineum, at the root, the base of the spine. And this light here can be silver with a hint of red to represent the root. So a hint of red, or red with a hint of silver, whichever way you want to wish the dominant color to be. Let's bring red and silver together. And perhaps you visualize a lotus petal here with lotus flower here with 4 petals. And out loud, chant the seed mantra, the seed that we're planting here, which we're going to nurture, nourish, hydrate with the rays of the moon, is Lam, 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 7 times with your breath at any point while we're practicing the Muladhara practice, the Muladhara sequence. So there'll be a couple of asana in each chakra. Let's rise up from Janu Sirsasana and then extend the right leg long and bring in the left heel towards the perineum here. So really hugging it in here. And then turn over to the right leg. Inhale through, lift out of the hips and then hinge forward towards the right foot here. And your hands can connect with the earth or your leg, my friends. We're not working necessarily here on the physical body. We are working here on the subtle body, the energy body. I'm working at the root here. So this connection with earth, Prithvi, the ray of the moon, perhaps swirling, perhaps glowing, perhaps penetrating, whichever image comes to your mind. Perhaps caressing, soothing, silver and red together here. Perhaps you have them in a dance. Remember here, this is where the energy of being strong, resilient, and confident can help us to establish our base, our home, our right to be here, our right to take up space. Inhale, rise up from Janu Sirsasana, my friends. And then from here, we're going to rise immediately up into Vrikshasana. So we're not going to have what we call a traditional flow because we're working very much on the chakras. So normally we would do all the flows where we're deliberately working on each chakra. So coming up, rising here. And we're going to come immediately into tree. So now that we've focused the light of the moon here, let's come into tree. Vrikshasana. Go around through your feet, standing tall, strong as a mountain here in Tadasana. And then shift the weight into the left leg and bring that right foot to your left ankle, your inside of your shin or your thigh. And again here, my friends, you can come into your chakra mudra here. So the chakra mudra we're using is little finger to opposite index, thumb to index to opposite thumb, and then thumb to opposite wrist. So that we create this spiral with our hands. Feeling strong here, Lam, Lam, Lam for the root chakra. And then I'm going to invite you to bring in the lunar energy of Shreem. Lam Shreem, Lam Shreem, Lam Shreem, Lam Shreem. So the Lam is the seed sound for the Muladhara chakra, and Shreem is the sound and the feel, the vibrational energy, the resonance of the moon. Softening, nurturing, caring, caressing, soothing, surrendering, creating this sort of surrendering relationship in which there is harmony, not resistance or fight, but where there is harmony, there's a blending, a connection, interconnectedness. Let's lower the right leg and bring the left leg into our Vrikshasana. Move with your own pace here, my friends. Today, my focus is on the chakras rather than the asana. Asana is a pathway for us to use. And again, you can have your hand in chakra mudra. You can take it above your crown. Remember what we're working with. Find balance here with Vrikshasana on the right and the left so that we come into balance. Three more breaths here in tree. And then when you're ready, lower the foot back to the earth, reground here. And now we're going to rise up from the base of the spine, from the Muladhara to the Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana chakra is at the sacral area, below the navel, around the pelvic area. Let's take our feet out wide. Turn the toes out, my friends, and bend into your knees here. Bring your hands into your chakra mudra again. And now we can let go of the Muladhara and rise up, ascend into the Swadhisthana chakra here. The color here is orange. So now visualize this merging of the silver of the moonlight and the orange of the Swadhisthana chakra. Here there are 6 petals, so perhaps you visualize an orange lotus flower with 6 petals bathing in the light of the moon. That's another way for you to visualize this cooling, nurturing, nourishing, hydrating energy. Here we're working with creativity and relationships. My friends, you can sway here from left to right. Those movements can be gentle or deep. And then when you're at center, let's come to a pause here for a moment, my friends. And then open out the arms, reach overhead for your Padma. Exhale, Anjali to the heart. Open out, palms facing forward, fingers spread wide, come together in Padma, lotus flower, and Anjali to the heart, that seed of potentiality. The seed sound here is Vam. Vam, 7 times with your breath. And once we've done that 7 times, then we'll invite the energy of Shreem, of Lakshmi, of the Shakti energy of the moon to create this dance. Here we are connecting to creativity and relationships. And now, my friends, let's vary this up. Bring the left hand to the left thigh and reach up and over with the right arm, and then through center. Moving with your breath. Here with the Swadhisthana chakra, we are harmonizing with the ebb and flow of life, the movement in life, the movement of us moving forward and then retreating, of us expanding and contracting, of us rising into joy and then descending into sorrow or grief. This is the passion of life. Here we come into relationship, the emotional relationship with this roller coaster, with this ebb and flow. We form intimate relationships with the self, with others, as we flow through the emotions and feelings here. Coming to center, my friends. Let's straighten up through your legs for a moment. I know you've been working hard here. Let's turn the left toes up, turn the right toes in, and bend into the left knee. Still working with the Swadhisthana chakra here. So coming into, we're going to come into extended side angle here, my friends. So left forearm, and then the right hand on top in your chakra mudra here. So left forearm on the left thigh, your hands in your chakra mudra here. Right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Open the heart and lift the gaze here. And in a moment, we're going to circle this right arm up and over to come into extended side angle. And then bring the hand to the right hand to the left palm and then open again. So we'll create this circle 3 times. You can pause at the end of it or you can flow all the way around, but bring your hands together to meet in the chakra mudra here. Now let's invite in Shreem. Vam Shreem. Vam Shreem. Vam Shreem. And again, 7 times. With your breath out loud or softly on the breath. Take a moment here, rise up, back to center. Let's turn the right foot out, bend into the right knee. Left foot comes to the 45-degree angle. Right forearm on the right thigh. Let's bring the left hand onto the right hand now. So remember here, we're going to have the left little finger connected with the right index. Left index connected with the right thumb, left thumb on right wrist. Open the heart, lift the gaze. Imagine this dance of light, orange and silver. And then when you're ready, let's move into our extended side angle. And you can have a gentle pause, or you can flow continuously here. Vam Shreem. Reaching through the fingertips and meeting with this chakra mudra, which you will see resembles the petals of a lotus flower. Here in Swadhisthana, there are 6 lotus flowers. Pleasure, creativity, the fluidity of life is represented by this chakra. Drawing in the beams of the full moon to come home to this chakra here, to come home to the Swadhisthana. Coming back to center here, my friends. Let's turn the right foot up and heel toe, and then we're going to descend into Malasana, yogi squat here. Now, my friends here, use support if you wish to have support. Bring your hands into your chakra mudra. Your right hand can be closest to your heart or your left hand. It matters less here, my friends, and that you feel comfortable here and you can sustain Malasana for a few breaths here. Open up the right hand to the sky. Exhale back to center. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Exhale back to center 3 times in both directions, my friends. Vam Shreem. Vam Shreem. Vam Shreem. And once you've done 3 directions in both, 3 in both directions, my friends, let's release and let's come directly onto the earth with our sit bones. We're now rising into the Manipur chakra, the chakra at the solar plexus. Here, the color is yellow. So here, really, the element here is fire, tejas. And this really is the dance of the sun and the moon here, of the energy of the moon and the energy of the sun meeting here at the Manipur chakra. The lotus flower here has 10 petals. If you're working with the imagery of a 10-petal lotus flower, yellow, bathing in the light of the moon. Moving into Nakasana, boat pose. So my friends, for your boat pose, engage the core because we are working on the Manipur chakra here. Come onto your toes, hands can reach forward. You can have your hands in your chakra mudra, your choice, my friends. Whatever gives you balance, hands can also be on the earth here. And then lift both legs or one leg at a time. Hands can be in your chakra, arms outstretched. If your core is very strong, you can lift your toes up towards the sky. For some of us, that's not accessible for us, so we can be with our legs wherever our toes reach, my friends. Keep drawing in the navel. The mantra here is Ram, Ram, Ram. So you can hear the power in this Ram. Here we are connecting to our power, our fierce intelligence. This is where our ability to think and clearly think, reason, argue, a rational sense of where our rational judgment is, how we make plans and then put them into action. So really our seat of personal power here in the Manipur chakra. One more breath here in Nakasana, my friends. And then let's release the hands to the earth behind you. Place them behind your sit bones. We're going to rise up into reverse table, Purvuttanasana, or upward facing plank. So let's keep bending our knees to start with. Fingers are pointing forward. Draw the navel in towards the spine to engage the Manipur chakra. And then inhale and lift the legs, lift the sit bones. Keep a bend in the knees. Your throat can be tucked in here, your chin tucked into the throat. Or if it's comfortable for your neck, you can gaze up to the sky. Draw your glutes together here. Hold here for a round of 7 breaths. Ram, Ram, Ram. Self-esteem, confidence flourishes here. So as we draw in the rays of the moon, this column of silver from the moon directly connected to our Manipur chakra, draw self-esteem, confidence, and power from this place. A power that is rooted in compassion and love, benevolence. My friends, exhale and then release the sit bones to the earth. Extend the legs long. Take a moment here in Tandasana, staff pose. And we're going to go into an alternative variation of upward facing plank, Purvuttanasana. Now, if it doesn't feel comfortable, you can come back by bending your knees and placing your feet on the earth. Take your hands behind you, again, fingers pointing forward. Inhale, pressing through all 4 fingers, lift the sit bones. You can bring your feet onto the earth, or if it feels too uncomfortable for your calves or hamstrings, you can keep the toes a little bit off the earth. Keep lifting the hips and pelvis here, chin tucked in or gazing up and over. Now we're all going to be very different places here. So let's be here for as long as feels a comfortable challenge. Nothing that feels too challenging. Exhale and then release slowly to the earth. One full breath here. And now this sense of aliveness that you feel. Perhaps you shake out the arms, walk out the legs. We're going to come directly onto our abdomens, still working with Manipur, my friends. So take the legs behind you and come onto your abdomen here. We're going to move from locust into Dhanurasana. Sorry, I was mixing up English and Sanskrit there. We're going to move from locust to bow pose, or from Shalabhasana to Dhanurasana. So let's think about what feels comfortable for here. You might want to fold a blanket and place it at your hips, at the lower belly. You might want to place a folded blanket just underneath your rib cage. So that area from the sort of hips to underneath the ribs. And once you've got your padding there and you're comfortable, your feet, let's have some space. The more space you have there, the less intense it is for your lower back. Exhale, lower your eyebrow center to the earth. Let's take your arms alongside your body, palms face down. Inhale, let's lift both arms up. Draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Shalabhasana phase 1. Exhale, lower. Now, my friends, let's lift the right leg. And if you feel comfortable here, inhale, lift both arms, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Keep the left leg on the earth. Yeah. Remember, the mantra here is Ram Shreem, Ram Shreem, bathing in the light of the moon to nourish this chakra point. So as part of taking care of our chakras, it's not all about activation and stimulation. Some of it is about taking care, nourishing, revitalizing. Exhale, lower. Take a moment here. And now the left leg rises. Inhale to lift the left leg. Ready to lift both arms, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Ram Shreem, Ram Shreem. And then lower, my friends. Bring your hands underneath your eyebrow center, place them on top of each other. And then you can either turn onto one ear or the other ear. Soften here. Whatever you're doing with your eyebrow center, whether you got your eyebrow center on the backs of your hands, or whether you've got the side of your head on the back of your hands, soften through your body before we move into Shalabhasana with both legs and arms raised. Again, you can maintain your choice to stay with lifting one arm, with lifting one leg and then the other. When you're ready, my friends, let's reach back with our arms, hands face down. Inhale. Let's lift both legs, both arms, the heart and the crown. Take a few breaths here. And you may gently sway or gently rock on your abdomen here as you take in the breath and you release the breath. Let's guide this lunar energy through the channel, through the chakra of Manipur. This swirling light of the moon, hydrating, nourishing, nurturing, almost as if we're pouring, as if rain is falling on the dry earth to revitalize plants that have not seen rain for some time. This is the process of hydration. Exhale, lower to the earth, my friends. Rest in Makrasana for a moment. Makrasana is where you cross your hands underneath your eyebrow center to release your lower back. And we're going to move here into Dhanurasana bow pose, my friends. You can choose to stay in Shalabhasana, or you can move with me into Dhanurasana. Inhale, let's reach our hands back. Bend into our knees and reach for one foot and then the other foot. So that you have your feet in the palms of your hands here. And then push your feet into the palms so that you're pushing your legs away. Draw the shoulder blades together, lift the heart, lift the knees, lift the gaze. For some of us, we will be in very deep back bends in here. For others of us, we will not be. This all depends on the physical makeup of our spine. It does not make us more spiritual or less spiritual. It does not open up our chakras any more or any less. Because the chakras are in the subtle body, not in the physical body. The physical body is one of the layers to move through. But if we're sort of focusing on what we can do with the physical body, we are not reaching into the chakra. The essence of the chakra will pass us by. Dear friends, one more breath, and then release your legs. We're going to come back into child's pose for a moment to realign the spine. And I invite you to take your arms alongside your body, palms face up. Rest your eyebrow center on the earth or on a cushion. We're going to now rise up towards the heart. Yanahata. Inhale to rise up. Let's come into Ustrasana, camel pose. So rise onto your knees here. Pad your knees if you wish to have some padding. Perhaps you place a block underneath your toes. Perhaps you place a rolled up blanket underneath the inside of your ankles. Your toes can be tucked or untucked. Hips are parallel above the knees. Let's come into our chakra mudra here at the heart. So here, imagine the image of a green lotus flower, perhaps with 12 petals. The color is green. Invite in the silver light of the moon. Create this dance of light, whether it's a swirling light or it's a light that's beaming down or softly caressing the petals of the lotus flower. Here we are in the seat of love and compassion. Inhale, reach overhead with your chakra mudra. And then release the right hand to reach towards the right heel. This left hand can support the lower back, or you can keep it reaching up for the moment. Hips and pelvis are reaching forward. The heart is opening here. The sternum is lengthening. The shoulder blades are drawing together. Exhale. Bring the left hand back to the heart. Or maintain that support of the lower back until you bring the right hand to the heart in your chakra mudra. And then let's work in the other direction. So reach overhead. So you can immediately support your lower back before you reach back with your left hand towards your left heel. Or if you feel sufficiently supported in your lower back, you can reach up with the right hand and reach behind with the left hand. And then, my friends, again, you can support your back before coming back to neutral and bringing your mudra in front of your heart. The mantra here is Yam, 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 Yam. 7 times with your breath. Now we're going to option 1 at a time, reaching back for the heel, or you can reach back with both hands, my friends. Yogi's choice here. You can also keep your hands on your lower back throughout and have a gentle heart opener here. When you're ready, my friends, reaching up with your chakra mudra if you wish, and then reaching behind with your fingertips towards your heels. Heart opening here, shoulder blades drawing together. Your chin can stay tucked, or you can lift your gaze slightly here. Yam, yam. This is the essence of love and compassion here, which is ever present as in the quality of air Vayu. So we've worked with the element of earth at the Muladhara, Prithvi, water, Jal at the Swadhisthana, Tejas, fire at the Manipur, and now air, Vayu at the Anahata. Here the lotus flower has 12 petals, green and silver, in this soothing, sensual, loving dance here. This is an opportunity to remember your true essence. From here, my friends, we're going to move mindfully out of Ustrasana. So support the lower back as you bring your spine into neutral, and then bending forward with your crown, placing your hands on the earth for your scaffold. Bring the top of your crown very gently towards the air in Shashangasana, hair pose. Your hands can stay as a scaffold, or you can wrap your hands round the heels so that you have a more rounded experience in the spine. Shoulder blades here are protracted, coming apart and away from each other. This cooling energy of the moon coursing through the Ida Nadi, the channel which runs from the left, starts in the left of the Muladhara and weaves all the way through the chakras and ends in the left nostril. Although this energy is flowing through the left side of the body, it actually connects to the right hemisphere, the right brain for creativity, for feeling, for language. From Shashangasana, my friends, we're going to move into now 2 options for you. Either coming into Bhujangasana, cobra pose. So coming onto your abdomen, hands either side of your shoulders, pressing into your big toe, tuck in the elbows so that they graze the ribs and rise up in cobra Bhujangasana here. And the mantra now is Yam Shreem, Yam Shreem. Another alternative for you, my friends, is to come up into up dog. Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. So here, place your hands on either side of your hips, or sort of in closer proximity to your hips than Bhujangasana. And you are on the tops of your feet here. The hips are slightly lifted. The shoulder blades are drawn together. The heart is reaching forward. The crown is lifted. So you'll be either in Bhujangasana, cobra pose, or in up dog. Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Take 3 breaths here. Yam Shreem, Yam Shreem. And then as you finish here, retreat back into child's pose, Balasana. And again, allow the spine to have some space to realign. The essence of your true nature here at the heart, loving, compassionate, with faith, holding in trust, nurturing these commitments, these principles with the rays of the full moon. This is a natural wonder when a full moon rays can be seen in the night sky. Even if they cannot be seen, we are touched by that light. The lunar rays connect with us. From here, my friends, we're going to move into the Vishuddha Chakra. So we're going to rise up now, moving from the Anahata to the Vishuddha Chakra. So for this, my friends, we're going to go into various options. Legs up the wall, Vipariti Karani, Salamba Sharvangasana, supported shoulder stand, or Shavasana, shoulder stand. Now, you kind of like know your practice, where you're at. And I'm going to guide you through. Because this is a nourishing hydration of the chakra points, and chakra regions, try not to go to the extreme edge where you would normally go with your practice of Hatha Yoga. So legs up the wall, you need to bring your hips up towards the wall and then pivot away from the wall with your hand so that your legs reach up here. And then tuck the chin here slightly. And as you can see, this effect of gravity drawing everything down towards the throat. The rays of the moon drawing down towards the Vishuddha chakra, the throat chakra. That's where you could be as an option. Another option might be that you come into, so make sure you've got plenty of space around you here, my friend, is to come into Shalamba Shavasana, so supported shoulder stand here. So you keep the hands underneath the hips for support here, or you place a block or a bolster underneath your hips for support. An alternative is to walk your hands down towards the shoulder blades and reach up with your toes so that you have a deep connection between the throat and the chin. Move with mindful care here into your option. The color here is blue. There's a lotus flower with 16 petals. So invite in the silver light of the moon to move around this area. This is the element of space, ether, akasha. We're beyond, kind of beyond the physical. We're moving more into the ethereal now. We're moving into a higher level of higher communication, of deeper understanding. Here we begin to understand that which we cannot understand with the mortal mind. We are able to speak all that we understand. We are able to be outspoken, to communicate in a healthy way. We can find our voice from this understanding. The bija sound here is hum, 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 hum. Wherever you are, my friend, we're going to move with care here. So I often invite you to bring your knees in towards your eyebrow center and then use your arms and your hands as a scaffold. And then begin to release yourself from your shoulder stand. If you had your legs up in the air, lower them slowly. Make sure you've got space and you don't land in your dog bed. And let's allow the spine to realign here. And then from here, my friends, we're going to come into cat-cow, Majriyasana, Decolonising. It's really unusual that we bring this pose this late into our practice, but Majriyasana is a pose, is an asana, and Decolonising are asana which draw upon and integrate all of the chakras here and the elements. So let's come onto your Vamarasana, onto your hands and knees when you're ready. And then inhale, lift the tailbone. And allow the wave to travel through the length of the spine, opening the throat by lifting the gaze here. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin and allow the wave to travel along the length of the spine and tuck the tailbone. And let's do this wave 7 times. Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem. Draw in the Shakti energy. So the energy of the moon, which travels through the Ida Nadi, the channel of the moon. This energy is often characterized as the creative energy of Shakti, of the qualities that are most associated with creation, creativity. And really focus this energy where it starts and ends at the throat chakra here, the Vishuddha chakra, the 16-petaled lotus flower here of communication and truthful expression. And then, my friends, let's come into stillness. From here, we're going to move into our Agnya chakra, the third eye. So we're going to come into Raja Kapotasana, pigeon pose. So bring that right knee in towards the right hand. Reach back with the left leg and come onto the right hip as you adjust that right leg. And then come into your pigeon pose here. Support that right sit bone, the right glute, if you want to place a cushion or blanket under there. And then lift the gaze here. My friends, the options for you here is to keep the gaze parallel to the horizon or to fold forward and then bring your hands into your chakra mudra and then rest the eyebrow center onto your backs of your hands. So you can stay up high here, or you can fold down towards the earth, bring your hands into your chakra mudra and rest your eyebrow center on the backs of your hands. We are now moving into the Agnya chakra here. We are beyond all of the elements. The essence here is wisdom and knowledge, a connection to the spiritual world. This is where the nadis meet at the eyebrow center. Ida Nadi, the lunar channel, meets the solar channel. Shakti, represented by the moon, meets Shiva, represented by the sun here. And today we've been drawing on this lunar energy, following its journey through each of the chakras, weaving in and out. The seed sound here is Om, 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 for insight, for knowledge, for inner wisdom, deep insight, deep intuition, the ability to receive wisdom and the ability to offer wisdom. Here at the Agnya chakra is often known as the Triveni point, the 3 point, where the Ida, Pingla, and the Sushmana, the central channel, all meet. The Sushmana channel is space. It draws in the energy of the moon and the sun. So it represents the universe, which absorbs the solar and the lunar energies. Let's rise up from here, my friends. And then let's take that right leg back into table pose, and then bring the left knee to the left hand. Extend the right leg behind you. Come onto the left sit bone for a moment. Adjust your left shin and foot. And then let's come into Raja Kapotasana to the left side here. Pigeon. And again, you can stay up or you can fold down with your eyebrow center resting on the backs of your chakra mudra. Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem here. Aum Shreem. The lotus flower here has 2 petals. The color is indigo. silver light of the moon, the rays shining here. Draw in the moonshine. Here, when we think about the 2-petal lotus flower, visualize the silver light coming in through all of the corners here. All the points of the 2 petals, the tips, the sides, the root, the center. Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem. Inviting the energy of the moon Chandra to bring us into a place of reflection and introspection at each of these chakra points. One more breath here in Raja Kapotasana. Inhale to rise. And then let's take that left leg back. Maybe you move through a cat-cow here, or create infinity circle with your hips in one direction, then the other direction. And we're going to come into Sukhasana for our final chakra here, the crown. And again, come into your seat here. If Padmasana, lotus or half lotus is in your practice, then you can come into that, or come into Sukhasana, a yogi's choice here. And let's bring our hands into our chakra mudra. So remember, right hand closest, little finger of the right hand to the left index, right index to left thumb, right thumb to left wrist, palms together, hands at the heart. And then inhale, bring your hands above your crown for Sahasrara, the crown chakra. Here, visualize a 1,000-petal lotus flower, either violet or rainbow colored or golden. And draw down the lunar energy here, the nectar of the moon, the full moon. This is the gateway to the beyond, in which the universal essence is infused throughout the body, throughout the chakras. And we become one with the universe. The energy of the moon, the energy of the sun, the universe itself, all becomes one, interconnected. Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem. I am creativity itself, a spirit which is free and liberated, a spirit which is passionate, yearning, sensual, of boundless imagination. I am everything. I sense, I feel. I do, I am. Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem, Aum Shreem. Bringing your hands to your heart. And now, as you open your palms, place your palms on the body where you feel a calling or a yearning. So place them on a chakra point which you feel is drawing you in. So I'm going to place mine on my head, my crown. I've been experiencing headaches and migraines recently, so I'm going to draw in the energy of the moon here to the Sahasrara for healing, for nurturing, for nourishment, for opening the chakra and drawing in this cooling cosmic energy of the moon itself, so that each of our chakras are nurtured, nourished, hydrated. Focusing on that care. Activation and stimulation comes in time. Hands to your heart in Namaskar. Let's close our practice by going through each mantra, each bija mantra, and then adding the word Shreem for the Shakti energy of the moon after each one. We'll start at the root and go to the crown, and then we'll close our practice. Orange, red at the root, Muladhara. Lam Shreem, Swadhisthana, orange. Vam Shreem, the Manipura, yellow. Ram Shreem, Anahata, green. Yam Shreem, Vishuddha, blue. Aum Shreem, the Agnya. Aum Shreem, and the Sahasrara. Any color of your choosing, rainbow, violet, golden, infused with silver. Aum Shreem. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhanyavad, Dhanyavad. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for your patience.